Welcome back to Great Day. After a life-threatening attack, my next guest turned adversity into action, and now he's helping others to do the same. Kel Mabatah is the founder and president of the Kel Strong Mabatah Foundation, and he's turning his personal journey into a mission to help traumatic brain injury survivors. Joining him is Jorge Escamilla, a Kel Strong Scholarship recipient, and Christy Hubbard, chairwoman of the foundation's Gala committee this year. Good morning.
Good morning.
We want you, Kel, to recount your story because it's just like it's something that movies are made of, but it was real life. Born and raised in Houston, you started playing tennis at 5 years old, and you were among one of the top tennis players.
Yes. I was among one top tennis players, and then so after I finished college, I played in the Pro Tour for about a year or so.
Before that, even you went to Kincaid High School.
Yeah, Kincaid High School. And then I went to Purdue. I got a scholarship to Purdue after Kincaid, and then I transferred to TCU. So that's where I finished my collegiate career. Then I pursued. It was always my dream to play on the Pro Tour, so I did that about for a year or so. But I decided to retire from the sport because I had 2 elbow surgeries while I was at Purdue, so it was still bothering me at the time.
Yeah.
So I decided to do something else. And that something else was to get involved in my dad's family business back home.
Let's just make it very clear. Your Nigerian background, you were always going to have something else to do because business is one of those things that was important to your family. And so, yes, you went back home to Nigeria to take part in the business. And so one night, 2014, you were closing up at work in Nigeria. And what happened?
Yeah, so I was closing up. I just walked back from work. I went inside. I lived on a compound, so I lived at the back of the compound. So I went, as soon as I got back, I went outside. I went outside to call my mom because I usually call and check on her, see how she's doing. Then after I talked to her, I went back inside. And about 20 minutes later, I ate some food. About 20 minutes later, I heard some loud bangs at the door. At first, I thought it was my security because sometimes they come and check on me. But these bangs were different. Once I realized someone's trying to break down my door, I padlocked the door. Then I ran to the back of my house and called the police, people that usually escort me. But the line was busy, so I kept calling, but the line was busy. So I came back in the same room, the bangs were getting louder, and I was just praying and hoping that let them not break down this door until I get help.
Because at that moment you figured it was somebody who was trying to come in to do something bad.
Yeah, I thought they were kind of kidnapping me because kidnapping is very rampant in Nigeria. Especially I was there during Christmas time, so that's a prime time. So I was like, but then they kept kicking. Eventually they kicked the door down, and about 4 or 5 of them entered. One threw the TV down like he was mad about something, and one person, they all had weapons, but there's one person that was holding, that had a gun, like a long rifle. Once I saw it, I put my hands up. And then that's when he said words that to me that I'll never forget. Pointed a gun around my face, he said, "You know you're going to die tonight, right?" Then he asked me, "Okay, where's the money?" So I pointed to where the money was, but it's only like $100, which is nothing. And I know that they know that we're a big company in Nigeria, so I must have access to thousands of US dollars. So knowing that, since I lived on compound, I said, "Listen, I can take you to the office to get you as much money as you want. Just don't kill me." But no, that's when he told me. He said, "No, shut up. Get down on the ground on your hands and knees." So that let me know that okay, they didn't come for money. They came to kill me. Like you said, they figured, okay, we might as well take what we can take before we end his life. So I did exactly what they told me. I got down on my ground, on my hands and knees. I closed my eyes, thinking, okay, I'm never going to see my mom again. Then I'm going to see my dad again. Then I'm going to see my sister again. Because I thought they could blow my brains out. Yeah. But then, all of a sudden, I don't know how long I was unconscious, but all of a sudden I became consciousness. But I was on my back. When I tried to get up, when I realized what was I doing on my back, when I tried to get up, I couldn't get up. When I tried to yell for help, I couldn't yell.
They brutally beat you.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know what was on me. So I all of a sudden I heard a car pull up to the back of my house. So I thought they'd come back. So I closed my eyes and pretend like I was dead, like I'm sure I thought. Turns out it was the police. Once the police found me, they picked me up, put me in the back of the truck, and that's the last thing I remember until a week later, after I woke up out of my coma, after my first brain surgery.
Because you had your major surgery in Nigeria, then you came to Houston to have subsequent surgeries. The first thing when you wake up, your body wasn't your body anymore. And so there's all kinds of things you have to deal with, the physical healing, but also the emotional healing of what happened to you.
Yeah, I was completely, after my injury, I was completely paralyzed my whole right side. I couldn't speak. So for the past, 10, 11 years, I had to learn how to walk again, how to talk again, and how to use my arm again.
Yeah.
And it's still, to this day, I'm still partially paralyzed.
A lot of people will say, like, when you go through something like this, is that the first thing that enters your mind is what you can't do, but then soon the clouds lift and you start thinking, let me think about what I can do and what you can do. Wow, you thought, physical therapy, of course, was a part of your comeback, and you entered your first bodybuilding competition. You were the only competitor in the adaptive category, so you were going to win by default. Mm-hmm. But so you decided, I'm just going to compete against everybody, and you actually placed second overall. So you pushed yourself to your limits, and you also showed other people that what happened to you doesn't define you. It's the fight and the try that matters most, and you never know what's going to happen from that. You ended up winning. But you also turned your pain into purpose by founding the Kel Strong Mabatah Foundation in 2020. What does that foundation seek to do?
It seeks we provide financial support for other people that have traumatic brain injuries, to help them on the recovery process through physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy, for people that either they don't have health insurance, or they have very limited insurance, or the insurance.
Because sometimes the insurance will take care of the initial surgeries and things, but after that, it's a lifelong, maintenance, if you will. And Jorge, you were nodding your head during several of the things they said, like that first moment when you wake up and realize what happened. But let's back up to how it happened for you. Something very simple that a lot of us have done. You were in your car, couldn't find your phone, but you were driving.
Yes, ma'am. I was driving. A friend called me and said, "Hey, can you pick me up? Since we live like 5 houses down," I was like, "Why not? I'm gonna go pick them up." And school was near work, so it was a short distance from work to school. So I decided to put everything in my bag and go pick him up. But I'm pretty sure you feel naked without your phone. Mm-hmm. So
it was in the car, but it was in the back seat.
Yes.
And you're like, I'm just going to reach over and get, again, a lot of us guilty of doing that, reach back to get it. And by the time you turn back around, what happened?
So I saw cars moving from the passenger back seat, so I was like, I assumed it was my green light, so I just went for it, and boom, accident happened.
Yeah, and you had unbuckled your seatbelt because you could reach back better for your phone.
To get the further reach, I unbuckled my seatbelt.
What was the impact on your body?
The impact on my body, I can't walk, I can't cook, I can't do basic regular human activities.
Yet.
Yeah. Very important, yet. I can't do all that stuff yet, but there's always a way, like you said before. You really have to think about it, so I have to plan my schedule.
Yeah. What has it meant to you to be the recipient of the scholarship from the Kel Strong Foundation?
The Kel Strong Foundation allowed me to really focus on everyone. Like, yeah, it did help me in the physical level, but I feel like with the accident you learn more how to really observe and learn about family, other people.
What's really important in life.
What is really important in life about yourself. Like, whenever I step, I really have to, pay attention. If I step too far, I could fall back. If something is bothering me, I must do something about it.
As we always say, in the moment, you are always in the moment, when a lot of us are sometimes thinking someplace else. Christy, you went to Kincaid with Kel. So how did you find out? I'm sure you had found out what happened to him, but then finding out about the foundation and what they're doing, what made you decide, I want to be involved?
I also played on the tennis team at Kincaid, and Kel told me about his tennis tournament that he throws in the fall. And so I was like, well, I'll play in it. And then I played 1 year, and then the next year I was like, Kel, let's make this bigger. Yeah. So we did, and then the next year we made it huge. And then after that tournament, he looks at me and goes, Christy, I want to throw a gala.
Yeah.
Said, okay.
And tag, you're it.
Yeah. I was like, all right, here we go.
And tell us what we're going to get from this gala, because every ticket sold makes a difference. But tell us it's also going to be a fun time for people to do something great for others.
It's really a fun party. So we do a fashion show, and our models are the scholarship recipients. And we have designers that donate their time and outfits for all of our recipients. We do a fashion show. And then it's just a big old party.
Yeah.
Dancing, music, drinks, food, all of it.
Yeah, and celebrating life. Okay, Jorge was, by the way, we're in the video right here, but when you said it's just a big old party, Jorge, we're gonna come back out to you. Okay, yeah, he's like, yeah, you're ready to start dancing, my friend. Yeah. So
Jorge's a great dancer.
Yeah. But let me wrap up with, so many times people go, oh, well, they survived. Okay, good. But every second of your life, you're reminded of the value of life, and that you still have it, and that you're going to do the most with it. What lessons have you learned by watching these two?
Similarly, what really matters in life, and it's the people you surround yourself with and what you can do for others. And so I'm more than happy to contribute my time and efforts and everything to support the cause and help some really good people live their life.
Thank you so much for doing this organization. I think I've shared with you before, I had a brain aneurysm that burst several years ago and didn't know how I was going to wake up on the other side. I was very blessed that my recovery was not that long, not very many residual things, but we never know from 1 second to the next. You were just going to do a good deed and pick up a friend. And then, for you, it was closing up a regular business night. We never know when life may take a turn. But you exemplify that saying that life is 5% what happens to you, 95% what you do with it. So thank you for reminding all of us.
And I wouldn't be here without the two that viewed the whole thing happen. Thanks to them, I'm here now.
Yeah.
They saw the car accident happen, and they saw me struggling to get out. I was choking on my blood because I couldn't breathe. I broke my nose upon impact. So there are the reasons why I'm here now. So
angels among us. Yeah.
I have to say thank you. Thank you so much for everything. I have gone through a lot, but I have to thank them.
Yes. All right. The second annual Kel Strong Mabatah Foundation Gala is happening Saturday, May 2nd at Big Brothers Big Sisters. Again, this is the foundation's biggest fundraiser of the year, supporting Houstonians recovering from traumatic brain injuries. For tickets and more information, please visit kelstrongfoundation.com, kelstrongfoundation.com, and Kel is spelled there with a K.